Hi all and welcome to episode 3 of the Entrepreneur Diaries. My name is Nilesh Pandit and today we will be talking about competition and competition within your market. Now the first thing that I always say is do not think that you're on your own within competition. There is someone somewhere that could potentially be doing what you're doing. They might be doing it better, they might be doing it worse, but it's very important to always go in with the mindset that there is someone out there that is competing with you for a similar product or a service, and as a result you need to just be aware of what's around you. So be very aware, have a look at your competitors, Google your product or your service and see what comes up. Have a look at all the social media channels and understand what's currently in your market and understand your product or service, whatever it is that you're offering. Just make sure you understand initially who the key competitors are, who the market leaders are, who invented the product if it's appropriate, who the early adopters were, which I'll go through a bit later. And make sure you really understand your market, and ultimately that will help determine how profitable that market is, how much revenue you can potentially make, how much revenue others are making and how much profit they're making. You can also go onto company's house and look at their accounts. There are a lot of different things that you can do to assess it. Something that obviously a lot of you may have learned in college or university or in school is to perform a SWOT analysis. So this is off your product. So what are your strengths? So always play to your strengths. Make sure you build on your strengths and make sure your customer knows your strengths. On top of that, are you stronger than your competitor? What strengths do you have over your competitor? That could be branding, it could be marketing, it could be a lot of different things. Weaknesses, where are you weak? Understand how you need to improve, what help you need to get for weaknesses. See where other competitors are also weak and how you can maybe turn their weakness into your strength. So have a look at that. Always your opportunities. So what opportunities do you have in your climate? So that could be political, economic, marketing opportunities, influence opportunities, a lot of different opportunities that you might face. There is a fine line between opportunity and luck, okay, which obviously I'll come to slides in a moment. T is your threats. Again, that could again be political, economic. So whilst we're filming this at the moment, we're currently in the middle of the COVID-19 crisis. Massive threat for all businesses. No one saw it coming, but right now we don't know how long that threat's going to last. It's going to impact all businesses. You have to prepare now for that. So that's a good example. And other types of threats could be something like a hurricane, if you're in the States, political changes, things like that. So threats, new competition is a threat. Competitors dropping pricing is a threat as well. Technically, there's a lot of different threats. So think about the potential threats that there could be. Luck, as I mentioned, luck is you can't control luck. Luck is just something that when you get it, great. Do you know what I mean? You could be very lucky in business. You could be unlucky. A lot of people say there is no luck. In my opinion, there have been a lot of opportunities that have come on, and the way I've progressed it, of course, with my own business acumen, it has progressed it, but some of them have been very lucky. It does depend on what other people are thinking, my partners are thinking, and sometimes there has been some stroke of luck. Can't really talk too much about it because luck is, at the end of the day, luck. Again, Amazon, as we featured this in episode 2, in terms of where is Amazon going? Amazon has such a huge platform of customers, especially for products, where you can kind of promote it. So try and think about how Amazon, you can use that to facilitate sales and generate revenue. Also look at what your competition is doing on Amazon. Are they on Amazon? Where are they? Are they in your country? Are they international? What are they selling at? Do you want to go on Amazon? Can you sell on Amazon? Very important to start thinking about Amazon as well as your other SWOT analysis as well. Product, price, place, promotion, again, for your competition. Product, what product are you offering? What product is your competition offering? What are the differences in your product? Can you improve your product? Could they improve their product? A lot of different things. Obviously, if you're a service in the service industry, you have to compare like for like. For example, if you're a waste disposal company and you're charging £50, that's your product, you're going to take 1 ton, and your competitor is doing 1 ton for £48. That's your product. Obviously, it's the same product, but the differentiation is the price, which we'll come to in a moment. So look at the product that you're selling. Is it replicable? Has it been replicated? Who else is doing it? Things like that, and look at the differences if appropriate. Services, the same thing. Who's offering your service? Are they doing it cheaper? Are they offering it better? Are they luxury? Are they not luxury? What are they? Second thing we just touched upon earlier was price. Very important. If you're selling a white t-shirt for £1.99 and someone else is selling it for 50p, naturally, if it's the same product and there's no differentiating factor, customers may be geared to the 50p product. Unless you've got a strong brand where you can charge £1.99, for example, your Adidas, your Nike, your Reebok, and all this kind of stuff, that they'll be able to do that. But if it's a like-for-like product, then your differentiating factor is the price. Place. So where are you selling it? Are you selling it nationally or locally? Who else locally is doing it? Who else nationally is doing it? Are you an international product? So have a look at what's going on in your territory or in your area. Can you expand that over your competition? Has your competition already got the head start of going internationally or more nationally? Have a think about what place you're selling at. That also can mean the marketplace. So think about your demographic as well. Are you marketing to males? Are you marketing to females? Where is your product or service sitting? Promotion. What promotions are you offering? You could do a t-shirt for 1 penny. First 1,000 customers get it for 1p. Have a think about the price that you're adopting when you are making these promotions. Similarly, you could be giving additional items as a promotion. If you're in the service industry, you could be offering a couple of hours free time if you're an accountant or if you're a lawyer, and so on and so forth. What is your competition doing socially? Check out their Facebook, their Instagram, what's going on, how their branding is. Very important you analyse what they do socially, because then you can kind of understand what you might want to do socially. Their company structure, again, you can't really know too much about that. You need to kind of, unless you've worked for them previously and you're setting up something on your own, but try and see what their structure is, how they're doing things, how they're lining up their staff, what supply chain they have, things like that. Overheads and expenses, again, is one thing that sometimes you have to guesstimate, but it's very important to see, what they're using, how many staff they're using, what their office space is. Things like that. Obviously, in the early goings, you may not be too concerned with that. You may just be working from home on a mobile phone, but and your competition might be a lot bigger. Have like 12-story buildings. So, may not be a like-for-like comparison, but you maybe need to see what they're doing. Branding. Again, branding is very, very important, because if you're a new entrant into the market, you could be someone could have taken your product at the early adopter phase, where they're coming into the market new and nobody else is in that market, so they could have built up their brand very strong. You're coming into the market late, it's called a late entrant, where there's a lot of competition. So what's your differentiating factor? Is your brand, if it's a t-shirt, is it breathable? Is it a different kind of material? Is your brand so strong that it's got a lot of influencers in there? Are your athletes backing your brand? If you're a service, again, what's your brand related to the service? What is your competition doing with their brand in the service sector? So have a look at their branding versus yours and try and improve it and see how you can come in. Obviously, things like, again, going back to the Adidas example, they've been around for a very long time. To try and compete with them head to head, you need to have a lot of money involved. So try not to get too caught up in the people that have been around for 30, 40 years, but you need to look at a long-term strategy as well. So think about your branding. Thank you again very much. Thank you again for watching. Follow me at Nilesh Pandit Den. It's been a privilege once again to have you, and this has been a slightly shorter episode. And again, feel free to ask me any questions that you may have.